What's up, guys? I am Andy Samples, and this is Gridiron Cowboy. Okay, so we're going to be going over week 4 of the NFL, and just the same as last time, we're going to be doing it. We're going to have like a game MVP and then just like a box score and a little bit of stats. So we're going to go over Thursday night of September 25th. This is the Seahawks and Cardinals game. Seahawks won 23 to the Cardinals 20. The Seahawks secured a very tough divisional win at home, outstanding the Cardinals 23-20 after a very back and forth game. A Sam Darnold passed for about 240 yards and 2 touchdowns, and a game-winning drive in the fourth quarter. I'm giving game MVP to Sam Darnold because he managed the game very well in the final minutes, and he converted a lot of third downs protecting the ball and really helped for Seattle's very slim victory. Okay, Sunday the 28th, this is the London game, so it was Steelers-Vikings. The Steelers' second-string quarterback was robbed, so, that's pretty fun, isn't it? In the NFL's London matchup, the Steelers held off a very late Vikings rally win, 24-21, so Steelers did take away this win. This was anchored by a very physical defensive effort as the Pittsburgh's defense shut down the Vikings in the final possession, while Aaron Rodgers threw 2 touchdowns for the Steelers. I'm going to give the MVP to TJ Watt because he was very unlockable, multiple sacks and pressures, and a very, very critical late game rush that forced an incompletion and sealed the victory for Pittsburgh. That was a really fun game to watch. I streamed it because I had to. I like the Steelers. Okay, starting up another Sunday one. Falcons-Commanders. Falcons won 34 to the Commanders 27. Atlanta's high-flying offense was very much on display in this shootout over the Commanders. Falcons are 4-0 to the season, which is pretty cool. Michael Penix Jr. kind of wrecked the Commanders' secondary with over 300 passing yards and 3 touchdowns. Drake London got over 100 receiving yards and a score. MVP goes to Michael Penix Jr. He had a nearly perfect passer rating, showcasing very high level efficiency, and he led those scores to every single. Oh my gosh, words are difficult. They led the offense to scores on nearly every single possession, and it was a really good game. It was kind of back and forth, but Falcons secured it pretty easily. Okay, next one we have Buffalo Bills and Saints. Bills-Saints game. The Bills' defense was very on top of things. Josh Allen put up massive numbers in a 31-19 victory against the Saints. Allen threw for over 350 yards and 3 touchdowns, consistently connecting with Keon Coleman. He caught 8 passes for 120 yards. MVP goes to Josh Allen. Shocker. Allen was the entire engine of the offense, delivering an MVP caliber performance, and showcased his arm talent. Yeah, he just fully led the Bills to a very comfortable road win in New Orleans. Really good game, though. Okay, this is the Lions-Browns game. Ben Johnson's return, pretty much. But Detroit was very on top of things, routing to the Browns 34-10 as the offense and defense excelled on all fronts. Jared Goff threw for over 280 yards and 2 touchdowns with the star receiver, the sun god Amon-Ra. He got over 150 receiving yards. He is getting game MVP for this one. It was very dynamic and it just kind of ran rings around the Browns defense. A very highlight reel person we saw today, or that day. Really good game though. After that we got Patriots-Panthers. The Patriots rushing attack led the way to a very big blowout, 42-13 win over the Panthers. It was New England's most complete performance of the year. Running back Ramondre Stevenson, he got 2 touchdowns and amassed nearly 100 rushing yards. While it wasn't Jacoby Brissett, it was Drake May. He was really efficient with 3 passing touchdowns. But Ramondre Stevenson is going to get game MVP for this one. He's the running back for the Patriots. He's really powerful run game, set the tone, controlling the clock, and he just dominated the Panthers defense, which that always happens because the Panthers defense is kind of awful right now. Okay, next one we got Giants Chargers. This was a pretty big upset win. I think the Chargers is like a scam right now because like they look good but they're not. This was Jackson Dart's debut game. The Giants secured their first win 21-18 over the undefeated Chargers. The rookie, oh my gosh, Jackson Dart played really good. He managed the game very effectively. 1 passing touchdown, no turnovers at all. The defense held. Justin Herbert had just 1 touchdown, so Jackson Dart is getting game MVP for this one. His very first career start, he played with, he protected the ball against a pretty alright defense, and he just executed that offense flawlessly in the final time of the game and a clock killing drive. That was a really, really good game. Okay, after this one we got Eagles Bucks. I knew this was going to be a really good game. Eagles won 31-25. Undefeated Eagles barely escaped a very tough road test, holding off Tampa Bay kind of barely. Jalen Hurts passed for 2 touchdowns and a late fourth quarter drive, despite a huge day from Bucky Irving, the running back for the Bucks. He racked up 165 total yards and a score. Jalen Hurts gets MVP here. He showed his veteran leadership, even though he's not that old, by converting a crucial third down in the fourth quarter, and he protected the lead and guided the Eagles to a 4-0 record. Very good game out of them. Okay, next up we got Texans Titans. So the Texans delivered a dominant 26-0 shutout against the very struggling Texans, with their defense completely owning the line of scrimmage. C.J. Stroud threw for over 300 yards and a touchdown, or 2 touchdowns actually. The defense was a pretty clear story. Will Anderson, the defensive end for the Texans, is getting MVP here. He's the star defensive end. He had a very big career day with 2 sacks and a safety. Wow. Pressuring the Titans quarterback, Cam Ward, he's also a rookie, relentlessly, and he delivered a defensive performance that led to this insane shutout. Okay, next up we got Rams-Colts. The Rams controlled this game pretty easily with their running back to defeat the Colts 27-20 in Indianapolis. Running back Kyren Williams spearheaded the offense with over 120 rushing yards and a touchdown. Oh my gosh, Matthew Stafford helped out in a big way as well, but Kyren Williams is going to get MVP. His ground dominance was the huge key to victory. He was consistently getting up first downs. He was chewing the clock well, and he just set a big tone, very physical tone for that Rams offense. Very good game. Danny Dimes was handed his first loss here. I am shocked Danny Dimes is playing really well. I'm never going to be able to get that out of my head. Moving on, Jaguars-Niners. In a very surprising game, the Jags knocked off the previously undefeated Niners, going 26-21, or Jags 26, Niners 21. After taking an early lead and holding off for a late San Francisco surge, Trevor Lawrence threw for 2 touchdowns and played a turnover-free game. Travis Etienne being crucial on the ground and through the air. Trevor Lawrence gets MVP here. Lawrence was near flawless in the upset, avoiding turnovers and making the necessary plays under pressure to secure that crucial victory against a honestly very beat-up Niners roster. They don't look too good. Anywho, moving on. This was an insane game right here. Chiefs versus the Ravens. The Chiefs offense finally decided to break out of its slump in a decisive 31-20 win over Baltimore in a big AFC matchup. Mahomes was playing really good. It pains for me to say that. Throwing for over 350 yards and 3 touchdowns. Return of the Rocket himself, Xavier Worthy, stretched out the field. The game MVP is going to be Patrick Mahomes. He was playing really well, orchestrating a very high-scoring attack that put the league on notice. And he finally actually started playing good, because he plays pretty good in the postseason, but took him long enough to get started. We got Bears-Raiders now. Chicago Bears versus the Las Vegas Raiders, previously Oakland Raiders. In the three-lane contest, the Bears mounted a heroic comeback, scoring in the final minutes to defeat the Raiders 25-24. Caleb Williams led in clutch, game-winning drive in the final 2 minutes, capping off a 250-yard, 2-touchdown performance. He gets MVP here. It was a pretty uneven game, but he delivered when it mattered most. Very exceptional composure, leading the winning drive to deliver a decisive touchdown pass in the final minute of the game. So, moving on to something that's going to take me a minute. Cowboys, Packers. Holy crap, what was this game? This was a very high-scoring game. Both defenses looked like trash. This was a 40-40 tie after a very dramatic overtime period that saw 2 field goals and multiple failed chances. Both Dak Prescott and Jordan Love threw for over 300 yards and 3 touchdowns, but they don't get MVP. George Pickens has now entered the scene. He gets MVP. He was the most dominant player on the field, completing over 150 receiving yards and 2 touchdowns. Consistently bailing out the Cowboys offense and delivering clutch receptions in the late fourth quarter and overtime. Plus, Micah Parsons only got 1 sack for 0 yards, and I'm very happy about that. It's a tie for us, but it's kind of just like a loss for Jordan Love and the Packers. It feels like that, and I'm loving it. All right, moving on. There are 2 Monday Night Football games. The first one, Miami Dolphins versus the New York Jets. The Dolphins secured their first win of the season, holding off the Jets 27-21 in a very hard-fought battle on Monday night. Veteran tight end Darren Waller was very surprising. He played pretty good, surprisingly, catching 2 of Tua Tagovailoa's touchdowns, including a very pivotal score in the third quarter. He's going to get the MVP here. In his team debut, Waller was a difference maker, catching 2 touchdowns in the red zone and providing a very reliable target. Miami desperately needed to secure their first victory. They desperately needed it because Tyreek shattered his leg, and he's out for the season. There's nothing else we could say there. I feel really bad. I have him on fantasy. Anyway, Broncos-Bengals. The Denver Broncos delivered a very statement performance against Monday night's game, blowing out the Bengals 28-3. Sophomore Bo Nix had a career-best day, throwing 326 yards and 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. While the Denver defense completely stifled the Bengals. Oh, man, great game there. Bo Nix gets MVP here. He executed a pretty much perfect game with a career high in passing yards and 3 scores. And yeah, we can all agree that the Bengals are not looking good at all. Joe Burrow's out, and then both the star wide receivers are just not delivering at all. But anywho, that is all we're going to be covering. I will be back next week to cover up week 5. We'll see how that goes. I know the Cowboys are playing the Jets, and I know that's going to be a really nice game for us. I predict we're going to blow them out. But yeah, we'll see how that one goes. Thank you guys for watching. See you next week.